What's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb vlog. Starting a little delayed, but you guys saw me earlier today. I have a good friend coming on today, and she's looking lovely in her yellow. But if you're new to the channel and you don't know who I am, I'm Erica Williams, author of the Smartphone Millionaire book, How to Invest in People, Businesses, and Real Estate from the Palm of Your Hand. You can grab that on Amazon or on the links in the chat. Ma'am, please introduce yourself. I mean, you need no introduction, but introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm so glad to be on again. I haven't seen you all in a while, but my name is Teri Ijeoma and I help people to afford short-term goals like traveling, paying off debt, replacing their income with the stock market. So yes, you can also use investing in the stock market to pay for short-term goals. So that's what I help people do, and my name is Teri. So hey y'all.
Okay, everybody, Teri's in her yellow. I love it. So Teri,
Mhm.
tell us kind of the rundown of the stock market today. Give us some high points, some low points. Let us know.
High points are we're actually kind of stabling out for the summer. We were a little worried earlier last week that we would go into a trade war with Mexico. There was an argument over the border, and we were already in a trade war with China. And if you guys don't know what a trade war is, basically there's a tax. Like, just think of it like a tax. There's a tax on any imports that are brought over from overseas. So it'd be like if you were to go to your favorite restaurant, and usually when you go and eat there it's $10. Now they're gonna up the taxes, so now the next time you go and eat there it's $12. Well, now it's gonna be a little bit more costly for you to get that meal. It'll take a little bit more out of your pocket. That was what was happening with the economy. Now businesses are starting to feel it because it's more expensive for them to get their products from overseas. And we were worried that we were going to end up having to do that now with Mexico. We're already doing it with China. But the good news is there was an agreement made last week. So the stock market had a bit of a lift because we didn't have to worry about Mexico. They did some agreements with the Border Patrol, and we took care of that. Unfortunately, though, the China trade war or trade information is not quite settled. So the stock market is kind of pausing on its rally right now, but it also isn't going down as much as I thought it would. So we're in a bit of like a holding point right now.
Okay. So good highlight tips. You know, a lot of people were like, what's this going on? Also, soybean. If people don't understand, Google soybean, and like right now we're sitting at some of the highest reserves of soybean, and that's kind of to do of the trade war, right? So China's like, okay, so y'all want a trip? We won't buy our usual amounts of soybean, and so right now we're sitting on like mountains of that stuff, and farmers are like, hey, what's going on? So it has ripples effects, and you guys should want to at least know kind of why things are going the way they are going if you're interested in investing in the stock market. But Teri, you know, most people have some concerns or fears about getting in the stock market or investing because, you know, I've been on this trend that saving is not investing. They're two different things. And in order to understand that, I have Teri on here kind of addressing what are some of the concerns and fears you're hearing, Teri?
Oh my goodness. So, Erica, I sent out an email to my email list and I actually asked them, I said, what is the hardest? I'm actually going to like look at the question because I want to make sure I say it the way I wrote it. But it's like, what is the hardest part for you about getting invested in the stock market? And I got floods of responses. Shout out to everybody on my list who responded. But man, they just came in like one after the other. I figured it'd be kind of cool. You want to hear some?
I sure do. Bring it.
Okay, cool. All right, so shout out to Mary. This is one from her, and I'm looking to the side, y'all, just because I'm like reading the email. But some of the things that she said, she first kind of gives me like a little info. She said, I feel like I've done all the right things to make a better life for myself, but the struggle is real. While working in education has its benefits, such as holidays and summers off, it seems as if educators are the lowest paid and least valued profession. And so she goes on to talk about how she's started to do some side hustles, but she can't really enjoy her time of like her summers because she's got to work to supplement her income. And then she says, I would love to learn how to invest in the stock market, even though I have a 403B. But she says what she's worried about is I feel like investing in the stock market is out of my reach and that it'll be a hard concept for me to grasp. Math is not a strength of mine. I think, Erica, and I'd love to hear your thoughts too, but I think a lot of people think that investing in the stock market is going to be a lot of math. And so that's one of the reasons why they shy away from it. But what they don't realize is it's actually more so like economics and thinking about buyers and sellers. If you know how to shop, then you know how to buy stocks because you just look for things that are good quality but on sale. And that's really the underlying concept. You're looking for when is it a good price? So like when is this company on clearance? And then when is it too expensive? And when it's too expensive, I'm going to sell it. So it's really not that difficult and it doesn't have a ton of math. It's not like algebra or geometry or something, but it's just understanding that concept of buyers and sellers.
Well, also too, I think it's skills. Like when you learn skills, it takes time to learn any new skill.
Yeah.
If you have the interest, that's really the key. But keep going. I know there's going to be some good ones in here. Go ahead.
There is another one. Shout out to Oscar. So Oscar says, he's like, his biggest thing is getting the money to get started on my new life. And so that is a hurdle. I got so many emails that were like, I don't know if I have enough money to start. And I think that's when we have to remember the difference between investing and trading. So to invest, you really don't need a lot. Like even if you have $25, you can start investing that in the stock market. There are certain stocks that are like $10, $20, and you can start buying up shares slowly but surely, or even just putting small amounts of your paycheck away each month would help. So you really don't have to have a ton of money to invest, but it's just when you start trying to actively trade, that's when you want to have a bit more so that you can pay for fees. And Erica, do you know that the fees in the stock market now are going down? Like I actually got an email today that my broker is doing zero cost fees for the rest of the year. So you can actually trade for free. And with that, there's no barriers. So you can start with a smaller amount because you don't have to worry about fees. So really, I think if you want to get started with trading actively, try to start with at least $1,000. But if you have less than that, still invest because you can invest with any amount.
So everybody in the chat, if you could help me out, kind of get an ideal who, drop a 1 in the comment if you have like a Robinhood app account, a TM trade, or even a 401k. Like it'll help me kind of get an idea of who we have in the audience today. But yeah, drop a 1 in the comment if you have a 401k account, or you have Robinhood, or you have some type of trading app, Ameritrade, E-Trade. Just drop a 1 in the comments so I can kind of see who we have in here.
Yeah.
And quick shout out to hello, thank y'all for dropping in here. DMV, we got Washington D.C. up in the building. We also have Baton Rouge in the building. Hello, you guys. Okay.
Hey.
And Networth said trading stocks is another way to make money from your book, from your phone, from our phone. That's right. Trading stocks takes time and skill. That is true. E-Trade and Vanguard. Hello from Flint, Michigan. Okay, Rayford, North Carolina. All right, now watch out. So Teri, hit me with some more. Tampa, Florida in the building. Hit me with some more.
All right, so my bad. This one is cool. So this one says, okay, so this person, she said that the biggest thing she thinks is a hurdle is reading charts. And I want to give like a little caveat to this to understand like why charts are important. So if you guys have seen like any of those apps, everybody who says that they have a trading app, you have charts right now. So if you've seen those charts, you probably were wondering, well, what do I do with this? Like this looks like a mess. But the cool thing about it is looking at that chart will tell you where big banks, like what stock price they're buying this stock at and what stock price they're selling this stock at. So if you know what price the banks are buying, then you can get in there and ride it up. If you know where the banks are selling, you can sell it there and not lose money when it comes down. So that's the importance of charts and why she put in this note that she thinks that'll be the hardest part to understand. But guys, it really is not that difficult. If you have a mentor, like especially like me, I can show you certain formations to look for in those charts and it'll give you clues on where to buy and sell the stock. So I could definitely see that being a trouble, but it's really not that hard.
Okay. What's the next one?
All right.
Y'all be blowing up Teri's hotline line over there.
All right. Then we got, okay, good. So this one is talking about the Robinhood apps. So she says, basically, this one is asking, are those apps good? So the Robinhood, Acorns, what apps are better? And so here's the thing I would say, Robinhood is a good starter app. It's a good place to start because there are no fees. You can start, like I said, with small amounts of investing, and you can at least buy and sell a stock. When you're really becoming a great trader, though, you want a more robust platform. So you want something with really good customer service, with really good charting, with really quick entry. So for example, have you guys ever bought a stock and then it had that little pause before you actually got it, and it gets you in at a different price than you thought? So different brokerages have quicker entry speeds. So Robinhood is good to start with. Acorns is good as like a savings app to like make sure you're saving towards investing. But when you really want to start trading and making money, you'll need a more robust platform. So like the TD Ameritrade, the Interactive Brokers, E-Trade's okay. I heard that they improved their customer service. You also may want you also may go with my broker, TradeStation. I really love them a lot. So you just things to know. Like as you improve as a trader, you'll want to also improve your brokerage.
So Teri, quick question. Did you ever create that consult link I asked you to create so that people could reach out to you? Because, people are asking for your email address. And I said, listen, y'all not going to be emailing Teri 42 questions and then don't buy no course. And that's usually what happens. There's a saying in the community, the person who asks the most questions ain't buying nothing. Now, look, I think Teri is got some amazing knowledge. You can get a ton of value off her Instagram channel, which is I am an investor on IG. And it's a great way to reach out to her. A lot of times when people say they want to email you, I go, well, what's the question? Ask the question right here in this live chat where she can talk to you live. I think that's one of the best ways to get value out of this conversation. Because if you have a question, it may be similar to like the 1,000 other email questions she gets, and it could be really helped. So ask your questions in here because we want to help. That's why we do these lives, so that most questions you have can get answered here and help you later. That's all I'm saying. And that's Worth said, as a student, you get to email and talk to her. Correct. As a student. Okay. Black Star said, I have TradeStation now because of Teri's course.
Oh, nice. Good stuff.
Terry said, I'm broke. I'm just listening. That's good. Thank you, Teri. Well, hey, Terry Boyd, we appreciate that too. Sherlock Holmes said, I'm not a trader. I'm more of a buy and hold for the dividend. I hear you, Sherlock. Okay.
True. Hey, the person who said they have TradeStation, if you're thinking about taking my course, make sure to take the class first and then sign up for TradeStation, because we get so many benefits as people in my course. Like they get 1 cent per share trades. Also, TradeStation reimburses them 20% a month till they pay off my course. So they actually let you take my course for free as you keep trading. So yeah, make sure that you go ahead and buy the course and then sign up for TradeStation.
Okay. All right. What else we got in here? Hold on. Okay. We have. All right, Mariel, don't worry. Listen, we've had Teri on this channel 3 or 4 times. And listen, Teri does an amazing job of teaching her students. We have countless videos you can check out, and the links are always in here for you to find out what courses she's teaching. Her #1 course is Travel and Trade. Her 2nd course is the VIP course. Teri, go ahead and branch that out for both of the people right now, because people come in and chat later and they miss something, or there's a lot of new people to the channel. There's about 13,000 new subscribers to the channel, so not everybody knows you. So yeah, it's super exciting, but not everybody got to meet you last time. So
sure,
just to give them a quick rundown, Teri, tell them your story.
So basic thing of my story is about in 2016, I had a big turning point. One of my friends passed away, and I was currently an assistant principal at an elementary school. And I just had this big epiphany that life is too short. Like I wasn't really enjoying my job, and I was just really depressed. And then he came along and passed away. And so it was just this big thing of like, look, I got to get out of here. How am I going to be able to live the rest of my life? And so trading was my exit strategy. I use trading stocks to be able to travel around the world full time. And yeah, I started out at $100 a day, worked up to $200 a day. Then by $300 a day, I had completely replaced my assistant principal salary. And so I went around the world. I was in Japan, Australia, Fiji, Thailand. I was everywhere. Israel, Greece, everywhere.
Toronto.
Right. Hey, I haven't been to Toronto yet, but I want to go. When Erica go, y'all need to tell her to let me go with her. But the biggest thing is I was able to afford all of that just trading stocks. And I truly believe that not enough of us know how to use stocks and investing for short-term gain. Most of us have learned about this whole buy and hold strategy. Oh, keep it for retirement. But actually, the stock prices move up and down. And even if you like a stock, you can trade in and out of that company and make pretty good money for yourself on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. So that's what I teach people how to do now, how to afford to travel, pay off debt, replace their income with the stock market. And then in terms of my classes, so I offer 7 classes, and that's included in the VIP program. And that's everything that I feel like someone needs to know to be able to trade and travel. So everything from opening your brokerage account, picking good companies, risk management. Not enough people have a risk management plan, by the way. How do you protect yourself from losing money? Reading charts. That's, like I said, how do you make sure that you're getting in at the right price so that you can make the most money? Then we go into shorting. How do you make money when the stock market goes down? 2 weeks ago, by the way, Erica, I'm not sure if I told you this, but Amazon went down $97. I think 2 Mondays ago, I made $9,000 that day. And then again,
you didn't take me to dinner, Teri.
See, what had happened was Dallas. And so I was like, well, since she on her way home,
the bank account set up, I can't even,
But then once it went down to those levels, because I was reading charts, I was able to get back into Google and ride it back up. So you can make money on the way down and up, and you learn that in the shorting class. Then there's some other like cool charting things that are just amazing. So like, how do you read gaps? How do you watch Globex? Globex is after hours trading. So for example, when Trump announced on a Sunday night that we were about to have a trade war with China, the futures market
started freaking out.
Everything was flicking. It was like the stock market is down 500 points. We're about to go into recession. But you can actually make money on stuff like that, and that's called Globex trading. So we talk about that in the VIP program. And then the last portion is options. So I introduce options to my students, and we talk about, well, how do you use this strategy and now multiply it, because you can get more shares with options at cheaper prices. Mm-hmm. So that's the full 7 courses that I teach in the VIP program. And then that one also comes with personal coaching. And that one is amazing. And then if you can't afford to do the 7 courses just yet, I have the trade and travel program, which is the first 4 of those courses. So what I talked about with risk management, charts, opening your account, that's that first part. So yeah.
I mean, listen, Teri comes highly regarded. We had a mastermind VIP in a whole nother state, Alexandria, Virginia, and almost everybody at our event had already bought Teri's course. I was like, oh, how's Teri's teaching? I was like asking all kind of questions.
So, they know where to go to build wealth.
Okay, they're ready. All right. Goddess said, Teri, you made me weak in the knees when you said you made 9K in one day. Look, Teri winning all day. I'm like, when we gonna get a margarita? A whole margarita?
I don't know. Like real talk though, Erica, I'm determined to beat my record this year. So like my record was 35,000 in a day. Mm-hmm. Last week I was so upset because I could have done that. But I got out of the trade a little bit too soon. I'm like, So yes, one of these days this year, I'm going to be able to tell you I made more than 35,000 in a day.
I'm going to pull up on Teri right at her mansion. Like, what's up? Where are we going to eat dinner? What's the deal?
I'll fly you up that day. I'll be like, go to the airport right now.
Come go to the airport, girl. Me and Teri live 3 hours away from each other. Just for people who are like, what? We don't live in the same city. If we live in the same city, we'd be doing the show probably side by side, but we live 3 hours away. Okay. But Teri will also possibly be at the boat party, so don't y'all miss out on
Yes.
that boat party. Okay. Someone said I'm a trader for life. Facts. Mula said, okay, I think you're talking about dividend stocks. Teri's more of a day trader and a swing trader.
Yeah. And just an FYI, guys, so a lot of the stocks that I trade may also have dividends, but I'm making profit by buying them and selling them at a higher price or selling them at a different price. So I may still get the dividend payment because I was in the stock long enough. So after a certain number of months, you get the dividend payment. So I may still get the dividend payment, but I also would make money by selling it as the stock price moved.
Okay. Someone said, learning from Teri and the benefits from TradeStation is great, and so is her teaching. I'm still working on learning to read those candles, though.
Thank you, and just keep working. We got you. See you in the group calls. Our next set of group calls start July 8th, by the way. So for everybody that's been thinking about joining, now's the time to get in. Get in now so you can start watching my videos, and then by the time we start group coaching July 8th, you'll be ready to go. So
facts. Nina asked, if you have 10 shares of stock at one time, does it count as one trade if you sell them all at one time? I know there's a limit on how many you can do before considering a day trader.
Yes. Okay, great. So that was another question that came up a lot. People were thinking they had to have a certain amount of money in their account because I'm day trading. But here's the thing. A lot of times you'll put in a trade in one day, but you won't sell it till the next day. And so that's not considered a day trade. That's considered a swing trade. So if you bought all 10, yes, that's one trade. But a lot of times you won't sell all 10 until the next day. Does that make sense? Does that answer the question, you think?
Mm-hmm. I hope so.
Yeah.
You can always put in here if you guys needed more help. Okay, somebody said, can't wait to look you up. Thank you. Come to New Jersey. I was just in New York. I'm not a fan of anything above Maryland. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm a Southerner by heart. I lived in Alaska for several years as a kid. Alaska and parts of Canada are like, that's about it on the north. I'm not Jon Snow. I'm Sansa Stark. I'm a little bit further down that north. Okay, I just cannot.
In the South.
I will be, if you're in New Jersey, I will be in Maryland, June 29th at Charm City Buyers, Baltimore meetup with Asia Selden, who's from Philly. So come on down. I know y'all can catch trains or whatever up there. Come on down. So Sherlock Holmes said, Erica, I love your channel. It actually makes washing dishes both interesting and knowledgeable and sometimes profitable. Thank you.
Nice.
I think Brand Factory Media said, how much did you invest to make $35,000?
Actually, that trade was pretty inexpensive. I did it with options. So I think I actually spent, I have a whole video on it. It was recorded because I knew I was going to be recording another thing. So I actually was recording my screen at the same time. But I think I only had invested like $5,000 and made $35,000. It was a really, really great trade.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Ben the bartender asked me, was I doing a Cleveland December meetup? I'm not coming to Cleveland. I ain't even going to front on you. Now I am going to Detroit to check on the property that we have purchased. You can come on 2 hours over from Cleveland to Detroit. It ain't nothing but a car ride for you. Okay. Now, Teri, bring us some more of these fears people have that have messaged you.
Okay. So I'm looking. Another one was still about reading charts. Another one was, oh, this is great. Okay, good. A lot of people ask me what's the absolute minimum it costs to start trading. And so I did the calculation, and I think it's $1,233, $1,233. And I know this is like contradicting.
Say that again. Say that again.
Okay, so some people ask me what's the absolute minimum to start trading. Mm-hmm. So we're not talking about investing right now. We're talking about trading. Mm-hmm. And so I did a calculation, and it was $1,233. Now, this is how I came up with that. You need $500. Well, and this is in my system. So you could probably do this.
Teri system.
Yeah, okay. That's my system. So you'll need $500 to fund the brokerage account. So most of the time when you use a more robust broker, they want you to put a little money in before they give you full access to their system. It's like a bank account though, so it's not like that money is going to be use for anything. You're just funding the account, and that opens it up. So with TradeStation, you fund the account with $500, and then you get access to a simulator to trade with fake money. And so when you're first starting, that's what I want you to do. I want you to fund the account with 500 and then practice on a simulator. Then the other part of the 1,200 is the first payment. So my course has a payment plan, and the first payment is $733, I think. You really need education when you're starting to trade. I'll tell you the truth, like I've been trading for 9 years now. The first 6 years I did on my own, and y'all, I was just losing money because I didn't know what I was really doing. I was trend trading and just trying to follow popular companies, but I didn't really understand how their stock worked. I didn't have any kind of risk management plan. So as stuff was going down, I was just following it because I thought you're supposed to buy and hold. So it was tanking, but I didn't know how to get out of it. So all those things were what I was doing when I was a novice and didn't have any education. So I think it's so important for you all to get education as a trader too. So the first payment plan of the trade and travel course is $773. So do the payment plan. That'll help you. You only do that like 3 months of $773 or something like that. And then also fund the brokerage account. So that's the minimum I think it would cost you to get started with trading.
Gotcha. So someone said, Brown Sense Imaging, not picking on you here, but I'm gonna just say this. Hey, Teri, still working on saving for your course. This is Valdez. So Valdez, Teri's gonna say something nice, but I'm gonna say something serious. And this is how I have to say
the question is.
Teri is not attached to what I just said. If Teri's course is $2,000, if you deliver or Uber or whatever for 5 weekends in a row and make $400 each one of those weekends, you would have the cost of Teri's course. That's how when I know some of y'all are like, I'm saving. Listen, I have been a person who have lost everything, worked 2 jobs, stack, and focused. And I know how much time it takes and how much it costs in delivering pizzas in 100-degree heat. So when people sit here and tell me, oh man, I'm still trying to listen, no excuses. We're past that season in our life. If you watch this channel or any other channels, you know how to go out and make some money this weekend, whether you go on Craigslist, whether you go deliver pizzas, whether you go get a part-time job, whether you go do something, you know how to do it. Now, even on the flip side, Teri has a payment plan. What is it, like 733 times 3?
Yep, times 3.
733 times 3. If you don't have the 733, yes, you can start trading in the stock market, but it might not be that time for you. You guys really have to work on budgeting and saving. I keep telling y'all, the number one thing, if you're watching this channel, none of these things are lottery tickets. These are work and skills. But once you get the skill, you can forever have this skill. No one can take Teri's trading skill away from her. Right. She's learned it. And so she can use it forever. And that's the key, is once you get some of these skills, whether I bring on Kamoy or any of these people talking about tech or any of this stuff, like, people can't steal what you know. Once you learn something, you know it. So you should be in your focus and your power to first stabilize. And how do you stabilize yourself? Get caught up with your bills. And then second, earn extra income. Make it a point to earn an extra $250 every week, not just for any course, but for yourself. That's where it really, truly starts. And Teri is selling her course so cheaply that we be badgering her, because there are other people in the stock market industry that sell for $10K and $20K and $40K. Do you know how many times I go do meetups for $300? Somebody say, hey, I just spent $15K with this guy and I did not learn all weekend what I learned with you. I'm telling y'all, this is such a cheap price for a skill that you're going to have for a lifetime. And even a net worth in the section said that once you take the basic course, the first level course, you'll be running to the VIP. I mean, because it's knowledge and it's skill. And once you learn this skill, you can make money. It's a mindset of being scarcity or being a producer. You can produce money or you cannot, right? It's 2 different mindsets. So I see a lot of, that's all y'all start commenting. I appreciate it. But I just want to put that through here. I just want to make sure y'all hear that. Like, it's up here when you decide. And there's some things where I've been stubborn in life, and I've known Teri see me every day. I'm posting on Instagram, me running every day. And my personal trainer, like, I've been working with you, and all of a sudden you want to run every day because of a boat party?
Right.
In all these months we've been working together, I'm like, I got a new focus. Okay.
You gotta be fine. Y'all better sign up for that boat party too, by the way.
I mean, it's gonna be lit. I'm talking about, you got Teri, you got Kiera, Charm City Fires, you got some folks out of Texas, you got Andre Hatchett coming, you got RS coming. That boat party is gonna be fun. Y'all are going to have a great conversation and great dinner before that, the day before. So, anyways, let me get back on it. Now, Teri, share with me some more of what people, and I have to do that, to be honest. I refuse to be a YouTuber that's like, you can do it, you can, like, this is a lottery, you can do whatever. Like, I want to be honest with you, because even if bad times come, the whole point of being an investor is you make money where times are good or times are bad.
Yeah.
And this is the perfect, Teri's teaching you how to do that. So what are some of the other email messages people have out there for you?
So I'm looking at this one. Shout out to Kamal. It says, it seems too complicated. It seems too risky. And then this was another one. Okay, we have to talk about kind of each of these bullets. So we already kind of talked about it seems too complicated. Y'all, it's really not that hard, especially if you get a good teacher. And I think that's the piece that is missing oftentimes. Like, I've had one student who paid over $45,000 for trading coaching and trading classes, but the people who were teaching it were so used to the way that they trade, they couldn't explain it because they weren't teachers. So you want someone like me who's been in education for 10 years that can come and be a good teacher. So it's not that complicated if you have a good teacher. Then the second thing, it seems too risky. So that is a myth that is perpetuated. Like, oh, you can't time the market. Stock market is a gamble. But actually, I can teach you how to determine your reward and how to determine your risk on the front end. And if you can do that, you can actually calculate what trades are high probability trades and just take high probability trades. So yes, it's still a risk, but I always talk about it, and those who've heard me before probably have heard me talk about Steph Curry. Yes, shooting a free throw is always a risk. You don't know if it's going to go in or not. But when you have Steph Curry shoot a free throw, he has an 80% chance, like free throw chance. Like, it's probably about to go in. We gonna lose the game because he on the free throw line. Like, you just know. So there's ways to figure that out. Also in trading, which one of these trades are actually going to give me the highest probability of being successful, and I can show you how to do that, and that takes some of the risk out. And then the last bullet point she had says is, it takes too long to reap return on investment in the short term. And so this was one, I actually got more information on it, but I've had someone else say that, and I think it's definitely a mindset thing. For some reason, people are thinking, well, it'll take too long for me to actually make the returns I want to make. But why would you say that about short-term investing versus long-term investing? If you're a long-term investor and you're investing for retirement, that's taking too long. Why would you say that about investing on a more short-term basis? I think people just have to understand their expectations or tailor their expectations. When you are trading, it'll take you time to learn. So yes, you do have a learning curve no matter what kind of investing you're in. So you can't expect to have $1 million in a minute. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not I'm going to put in $10 today and have $1 million tomorrow. No, it is something where you have to learn. And so yes, give yourself some time to learn. Once you have learned, it's almost like being a doctor. So you learn in school and then you go into residency. You have to practice. So it's not going to be on my first trade, I'm going to be balling on my first trade. No, I want you to, like I said, practice in the simulator for a little while with fake money until you see some consistency, then start slowly building into your real money. That's a better way to learn than to just assume that you're going to have a get rich quick scheme. So I wanted to put that out there too. Trading, day and swing trading, is a lot faster return than long-term investing. But you shouldn't just come in thinking it's a get-rich-quick scheme or something, because that's not true either. Mm-hmm. You're mechanically and thoughtfully making decisions to make consistent income.
Yeah. It's a mindset. It's a skill and it's a mindset. There's a ton of, somebody said, thanks, Erica, my job's killing me. Brenda Bartender said, don't slide her DMs with no mess. Thank y'all for sharing Teri's IG. That's right. Don't slide her there.
I'm an investor, y'all. That's the
Yeah.
IG. I'm an investor.
They've been sharing it, the link, actual direct link. Kimmy Cat Diva, that's an interesting name. What is your take on forex trading? I'm trading on that trade at the moment.
Forex is fine. So I like all asset classes. I personally trade stocks and options because I like companies. Like I've been following some companies for a long time and I just know the way they trade. Versus if you trade Forex, that's currencies. If you trade futures, that's commodities like oil and wheat. Those are cool. And a lot of the things I teach, you can use in any market. So like charting, the charting techniques I teach you, you can use with Forex charts. You can use with futures charts. But I personally like stocks and options.
Gotcha. So Barbara says, I'm not understanding how taxes work with buying and selling sticks. It's a big fear for me personally. Nothing like the IRS on your butt.
So Barbara, would you say the same thing to your boss if they came and gave you a raise or offered a bonus? Would you say, I'm sorry, I can't take this because it's going to be extra taxes? No,
Yeah.
you'd probably be so excited that they gave you a raise. With trading, short-term trades, it's taxed at the same tax bracket that you would have been, that you're already at. So you don't have to think it's some like magical, mysterious high number. No, if you're already at 15%, they just add some of the income and you're taxed at 15%. If you're at 25%, add that income and you're taxed at 25%. So
I know people get in the weeds, but again, earlier I did a video talking about 20-80%. And this is a mindset of like, we've kind of trained all of America to get a tax refund check. And this is a no, you shouldn't be getting a tax refund check. Paying taxes actually show that you're a legit business. Paying some taxes, not all. I didn't say, get, too many taxes paid, but paying taxes shows you're a legit business. You're a legit person. You're actually being quite successful. I don't know anybody who's made $1 million who's like, man, I ain't trying to pay no taxes. Like, it's kind of a part of the game. Like, it's just part of the game. So do not overwhelmingly like, oh my God, I'm going to pay so much in taxes. Because actually, like the year I had a bunch of losses, hey, I got a little bit of write-off. So
right. That's another thing I was going to say. So I think another expectation is people think they're going to come, like I just said, right off the bat and start making $1 million. And then they assume that, well, my tax bill is going to be so high because I'm going to make so much. But actually, it takes a little time. So if, like you said, you had a loss in a year, it actually helps your taxes. Another thing, too, is you can trade with your retirement. So if you're trading inside your retirement account and just self-directing it, it's not taxed because it's still in your retirement account. So you could just move your money over to a self-directed IRA and then grow that account. So that's other ways to get around taxes.
All right, Annette Worth says, I still attend the weekly group calls because Teri gives such good information on the current market. Lifetime access.
Yes, that's true. We do offer with the VIP and with the trade and travel call, I offer weekly group coaching calls. And I take like a few weeks off and then we'll get back on at the beginning of each quarter. So that's why I was saying get the class now so you can be in the calls July 8th. And we just walk through everything. So it's super nice. And I trade right there on the call. So a lot of students have made good money off of the stuff we talk about every Monday. So
someone asked, do you use leverage when you trade?
I do. So that's called margin. And it's actually something I think everybody should at least have a margin account. You don't have to use it. But what it is if you think of like a home equity line of credit, have you guys ever heard of that? Y'all can put in the chat if you've heard of a home equity line of credit. But basically what it is it's money sitting in a bank account. And if you use it, then you pay interest on it. But if you don't use it, it's just sitting there. That's kind of like a margin account. When you open a brokerage account, they'll give you 4 times the amount of cash in your account. If you need some extra cash to make a bigger trade, it's there. But if not, then you don't have to use it. And usually you only hold that money for about a day, 24 hours to 48 hours. So you're not really paying much interest on it because you don't hold it that long.
Okay. So Brooklyn Star said, Teri is such a gem. I paid for other courses and learned Zilch. I really feel empowered taking the course. The more you do something, the better one gets. Thank you, Super Sly Fox 1.
Thank you.
Gloria Evans said, Teri makes it easy to understand.
Gloria.
Annette Worth said, we have margin accounts with TradeStation. 36 Champion said, is this available for 14 and 15-year-olds? I mean, I think they would watch the videos, but custodial.
No, yes, I actually have a student. Like, she just turned in her homework. She's 15. Her dad bought the course for her, and she's killing it. So yes, like in high school students, I told y'all I make it simple. High school students can do this, and this is a skill that they'll have the rest of their life. I wish that I had taken this class in high school. So if you guys have cousins, nieces, nephews, buy the class for them, because they're the ones who, okay, they get a job, they have a bonus. They know what to do with it. Okay, the next time that they get a raise, they can use that money and still trade with it. And now it just starts amplifying because they're so young. So yes, they can. Yes, they can.
Okay. Everybody's saying thank you so much for the knowledge. Thank you for the knowledge.
Welcome. It's my pleasure, guys. Thank y'all for being here.
Thank you, Jay Nikki, for the $1 super chat. It's a great way to pay for college. Annette Worth said, I want to pay a lot of taxes because that means I made a whole lot of money. Don't let fear keep you from growing.
Yes, exactly.
Read some more of your the things you got in, Teri.
All right, cool. So, okay, somebody. Okay.
I'm still here.
Okay. We're still here. Okay, good. So this one says, shout out to CG. Says the hardest part of investing for me is the unknown. We already talked about the whole gambling piece, but she says, can I start with $200? How much will the fees cost me? So one of the cool things about TradeStation, I told you guys they've come alongside of my school and partnered with us. They've actually allowed all of my students to trade for just 1 cent per share. So that means it's almost like negligent how much you're paying to get in and out of a trade. And if you're doing it correctly, you're going to see profits on the trade. So you quickly, like, more than cover the amount that you're paying for fees. Also, TradeStation has waived, usually with that kind of plan, they have $100 a month fees. They've waived that for my students. And then I told you guys earlier, they're also reimbursing for the whole course because they're really excited about getting educated traders. They don't want you to come in and then lose all your money or blow up your account. They want you to last. So they've come alongside and said, hey, Teri, anybody that you educate on how to trade, we want to reimburse them for taking your class. So as you trade each month, they'll refund you 20% of the commissions that you've paid to go back towards what the cost of my class and what you paid for my course. So for Annette and some of the other VIPs who are starting to trade more frequently, they know that they're going to see some of that money come back, and eventually they'll see $5,000 come back because that's the cost of the VIP program. So it's super cool. Fees are negligible.
Love it, love it. What's some more people are saying in there?
All right, so I have some more people that were asking about Robinhood. So we talked about that. Lack of know-how, looking for a mentor. And guys, that is so, like, the 3 things that you need to be good at investing are this. Are you ready? I hope you guys have notes. So the first one is you need education. So I really highly encourage you to take a course, whether it's mine or someone else. I personally feel like I've done the most that I can to make this the best that you'll get for your value, for sure, and to make sure that we see some success and you see some success in your life. So I encourage mine, but just get educated somewhere, get educated. 2, you need a good mentor. So I think find a trader that's been successful and make sure that you study under them. Don't go to your random cousin or your random friend who's like, oh, I just invested in this today, this penny stock. No, don't do that either. We can talk about that. But no, go to somebody who you've seen has good returns, who you've seen has been doing well with this. And if I had a webinar recently, I showed my account. The last 7 days in the webinar, I had made like $13,000. I showed it. I personally was disappointed that I had only made $13,000, but that's much more than I was making as an assistant principal. That's 3 months worth of assistant principal hard labor that I had paid in 7 days. So just find someone who you know has been successful and you can learn under, and make sure you get a mentor. I think that's really important. Some of the small things that I do in my trading is because another trader who had been trading for 30 years just whispered some tips in my ear, and those made all the difference. So I think that's really important. And then the last piece is practice. You're not going to become a good trader by just learning all this and then sitting on the sideline.
All this knowledge.
Yes, just, putting it all in your mind so you can have a good conversation and sound educated. But no, I want you to actually put it into practice so you can see some results in your account and in your life. My life is changing right now at a rate that I didn't imagine at all when I first quit my job. I thought I would just be traveling by myself and doing my own thing, but just the whole world has opened up to me now that I've been able to make money on my own. And I go to all these entrepreneur meetings and they're all trying to raise money and raise capital. Oh, I gotta do this so I can pitch to this venture capitalist. And in my head, I'm like, I don't have to do that. I can make my own money.
Bingo.
So I'm like, I can take this little money in my account and flip it a couple times, and I already raised my own money. So there's just so much possibility that opens up when you know how to trade and make your own money work for you. So I'll get off.
Can we address that you call principal work hard labor? Can we address that, please?
What?
That hard labor. I'm like, dang, the prison?
Man. So I think people don't understand when you're in education, and all my educators I think will get this. But you love the kids, but sometimes the administration and the politics behind it can wear you out. And then even some of the kids, they say there's no bad kids, but that is not true. I'm going to just tell you, that is not true. I have video of a couple kids throwing stuff around my office, and I'm sitting here like, well, what happens if he hits me? When does my benefits come in? Can I call a mental health day for this?
You just go ahead and fall on the ground and get that check, girl. Let me tell you, I'm telling you, I keep seeing these videos of these kids wanting to fight. I'm like, put the cameras down and fight them children, okay? They need to learn that the real world will not let you slap them, okay? Listen, I'm just trying to help the children. That's all. Annette's work say teachers stand on their feet all day. That is hard labor. It is. It's true. Terry's leveling up. Yeah, Terry gonna take us on a jet. She don't even know. Bad kids come to school every day. Their parents make sure of it. They do nothing. This is why I tell everybody, everybody's like, oh, Erica, you're always talking about money. The other day I had a friend, I was talking about charging for something. They're like, oh, you're always thinking about money. Money makes the world go round. Money helps you have your kids live in a nice neighborhood. Money makes sure you're not living in a neighborhood where your car keeps getting broken into. I was driving somewhere, Terry, and I went to go look at this property. This wholesaler was trying to sell it to me. Girl, tell me I saw one of those little car jacks in the car. You know the thing that hold the stair place? Yeah. And I said, where are we at? That they got that still in the car. That's too much. Okay. So money is important, and to act like it isn't is just it's don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. Yeah. Again, on this channel, all my channel, I want people to think about is you're not defeated. You have an opportunity to learn. A lot of times the people you meet out here that are in engineering or tech or stock market traders, those guys aren't rocket scientists. They're frat boy Brad who just learned a skill and keep using it. That's really all it is. Okay. Yeah. Then the bartender said, can you hit a kid back? Question mark.
I wish I would have known. Well, I was kind of planning my exit for a little while, but I wish I had really made up my mind, because there's a couple of kids. Now I'm just playing.
They've been like, Miss Terry kicked me with her shoe. Miss Terry be like, what? I would never.
I found out where the cameras were and jacked him up in the corner. No, I'm just playing.
I'd have been over there. Anyway, yeah, now listen, I love saying knowledge as a joke now, because people love reading all these books and listening to all these podcasts, and then you ask them to show you the results. Show me your homework, and they ain't gotten it. Okay, they just ain't gotten it.
Yeah. I have another question on here that I think is pretty good.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I had a couple people ask me, they weren't able to start the course yet. Mm-hmm. So they were like, are there any articles or newsletters that I can start reading to begin my journey into day trading? And unfortunately, my answer is two-pronged. So one, I don't have any good books to refer to you right now because like I personally didn't find a lot of good resources, which is why I started my course. I didn't find anything that like matched the way that I trade very well. So there aren't very many books that I would say are good. I just say keep saving to actually take my course, and then we can walk you by the hand until from start to finish when you're actually trading full time or for a side hustle or meeting your goals. So that's part of the answer. But then one thing I will say is a lot of trading is just being familiar with the market. So I highly recommend downloading the CNBC app. That's NBC's financial channel. So download their app and start putting companies in you can create a watch list of companies. Start putting companies into that watch list and just start listening to the news that comes up. Look at the articles as news comes, and you'll start seeing some trends and getting familiar with their words and vocabulary and just hearing different things. There's like no amount of money that can account for how long you've been just familiar and around being in the stock market. So that will help you. Just
sounds like you're saying immerse yourself in the information.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Erica, because I was trying to say it, but I couldn't figure out how to say it quite right. But just by downloading the CNBC app and starting to listen to some of the language, or even watching the TV channel and listening to like what companies are popular right now, what are they saying is going to drive the market? Are we going into a recession? Like you'll hear that conversation and start getting familiar. And that way, when you start trading and actually working with buying and selling stocks, it'll come a little more easy.
Good one. Bring us the next one, Teri.
All right. This is weird for me, like not seeing your screen. I'm like, I'm talking to the darkness.
I'm trying to upload a picture to Instagram of us talking, but you like, I don't want it to focus on me. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get it to focus on you. That's what I'm trying to do.
Well, hey, y'all, hey. So this is another one, and she says, I was curious as to what you thought of penny stocks to start with, and to better understand the long-term holds and short-term buy and sell types. Okay, so one thing is, guys, there's some things you're only going to learn in the course. Like I just don't have the capacity in a short amount of time to tell you the full answer.
There's no one sentence answer.
It's a course
answer. Get on in there. Get in the course, folks. Hold on, let me read these super chats out before you start. Thank you, Brooklyn Star, for the $5 super chat. Thanks, Erica, for always bringing on guests that are informed, instruct, and inspire. Thank you. Also, thank you, one Mark DC, for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Somebody said, how much is your vacation course?
Okay, wait. Yo, so real talk. Like this is, it hasn't come out yet, but just like, I'm so excited about it. I went to this conference this weekend with all these online course creators, and one of them her name is Jackie. She has this phenomenal travel course, and it's like all the hacks of traveling, and she's been traveling worldwide for like 15 years. But we're thinking of partnering together so that when you get my course, you also can get her travel hacking course. And so, yeah, so I don't have a course like that just yet, but I think something will come out soon for that because it's necessary.
We're gonna take pictures from the island and be like, we have a course coming. No, no, I'll be like, watch the fun, right?
Master class. How do you chill in Italy? We're gonna be doing that though. We're gonna get there.
Yes, money may not buy happiness, but it buys everything that makes you happy.
You know what the truth is? It does buy peace of mind.
It buys options.
Yeah, not over your health. Like you can't control your health. You can't control relationships and family. But there is something that comes with, like you said, having options to do what you want to do when you want to do it.
Gotcha. Alexis Carter, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Thank you, 36 Champions, a six-figure group. Okay, for the $2 super chat. Erica would kill us if we were going on vacation and have no money invested. Listen, I'm not gonna hurt you, but life will hurt you now. I mean, I literally to this day, I'm telling y'all, people will be out here on the gram one week, next week on GoFundMe talking about the car broke down. I mean, that's just, it ain't the way to go, you guys. I wouldn't want to live like that. That's all I'm saying. No point.
And the real thing is, a lot of times you can trade from anywhere. Like, you can trade on your phone. So, like, I was on the beach in Mykonos and made $20,000 on the beach. So, like, you can do this from anywhere. So, yes, Erica will kill you and I will kill you too if you're not invested and you go on vacation. Like, your money should be working for you while you're chilling.
I'm telling you, listen, Teri, I'm telling you, I see too many people like their mom or their dad, something happens to them. Now their dad got to stay at home. They need to create a job for their parents and all this other stuff. Don't be in that position. Have options. Have some skills that if you need to walk away from, you can do. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah. So, but Teri, I'm not gonna take your time all day, baby. I'm not gonna take it all day. But read two more. Read us two good more. Because Teri's got like a whole. Y'all be blowing her up. She got all kind of messages in there.
Yeah, I was up till 5 a.m. last night trying to respond to all the messages.
Don't you do it, girl. Go to bed.
But it actually was really fun. I loved hearing everybody's stories. So guys, if you're on my email list, please, like, if you want to join my email list, it's itradeandtravel.com. But like, please respond. I love hearing your feedback. Like, it's so nice to just hear these stories. And so one other thing that someone asked me about was, what is my thoughts on penny stocks? And my answer is, don't do that. Don't invest in penny stocks. My thought is, you want to invest in something that's higher quality, higher value, so that you can get a higher return. With penny stocks, a lot of times the reason why they're penny stocks is because the banks have not started buying them to raise their price. What raises a stock price is when there is legit interest from institutional banks. And so if it's still below $5, that means there hasn't been enough interest from big time buyers in that stock. And I know some people are optimists and you're like, well, I'm going to get in now because eventually there'll be interest. But why do that? Why just throw your money away waiting for some whim? Why not go with something that's already validated, which is a higher price stock that can give you some regular returns? So I personally think buy best in breed companies, and those are the ones that you can make the most money from. And the way that you're afforded, because some people are like, well, Teri, I want to buy best in breed, but I can't afford Google because I don't have that much money. That's when that margin account comes in. We open it with a brokerage that will let us use a little extra money. You can afford to buy some more expensive stocks. So it all works together. It really all works together.
It really does. I mean, there's so many good stories I want to, but go ahead, find us some more. I know somebody else is like, I'm scared I'm going to lose my pajamas or something crazy.
Someone else asked, what are we going to do for Teri's birthday on June 19th? And I said, you're going to buy the course. Yep, no, I'm just playing. That wasn't one, but I do think that you guys should buy the course.
Well, what are you doing for your birthday, June 19th, Teri?
Huh?
What you doing, girl?
I'm going to be with you. We're going to be celebrating because people are going to be buying the course.
Yeah, I should be back in town, girl. I'll come up to Dallas. Hey, listen.
I love it.
Listen, we'll talk about it offline. They don't need to show up on surprise. Y'all roll up on us if you want to. Don't do it. I got a pew. Anyway,
But yeah, I think that's really most of them. Some people did ask, like, hey, I'm looking at one now, and she's like, this is kind of a tough time for me. I'm, just left my job. Should I do it? So I actually would say, if you have some flexible time, like say, for example, you just left a job and you have some downtime, this is the best time for you to start learning how to invest.
Yes, you can immerse yourself.
Yes. There are so many times where I was transitioning between jobs and I didn't really take advantage of that downtime. I wish that I had invested in stocks and learned how to trade. I wish that I had gotten my broker's license during a downturn. What always seems to happen to me is I get these great ideas of getting education when I'm super busy and swamped at work. And then when I get downtime, I'm like, oh, woe is me. No, flip the switch. Now that you have some downtime, this is when to get educated so that you can do better when you get some more money in your account. So, yeah.
Okay, so two questions I see here. One is, do you ever read Investors Business Daily?
I haven't, but I mean, feel free to DM me or something. If it's something I can check it out.
I think it has really good tips on different businesses and probably ties into the stock market, but you can give me more information, Gardner Brown, on it. Someone says, do you really need 25,000 to get started in day trading? Have you been watching the show or you just came in late? I think you just came in.
Yeah. So the answer, no. If you are, so let me just clarify this because I did get a couple questions about that. So if you're someone who gets into a stock and sells that same stock within the same day, that's considered a day trade. And you're only allowed to do 3 of those per week before you are classified as an active day trader. Active day traders have to have $25,000 in their account. What I've seen though, and what I teach is you're investing for a profit. So if you're investing in a stock, you may not have reached your target that same day. Most likely it's going to take you a couple days before that stock actually reaches its target. So you'll end up most likely being a swing trader because you'll get into a stock one day and then you'll sell it a different day. That doesn't mean that you can't sell other things on a certain day. So for example, it can be a little bit like a merry-go-round. You buy one here, sell one here, and start just buying and selling on a rotation to make your daily income.
That's right. Listen, you got to be smart about it. Don't let them get you, baby. That's also probably where margin counts are helpful too, to get you there a little bit faster to the 25,000, I would say.
Yeah, it's just a thing of, it's nice to have some extra cushion in there if you needed to buy or sell a stock. But like what you'll see in my account is I have about 3 to 5 trades going at any time, but I kind of sell them periodically throughout the week so that I'm never in jeopardy of doing a lot of day trades, because I might buy these 3 today, but I sell them at different times. Or this one, it looks like it's about to reach my target, so I sell this one, but then I buy another one that day. And it kind of just has a little rotation strategy in my account. So yeah, you can kind of work it out, especially if you know in advance what you're trying to do. Yeah,
for sure. Someone said, I think my question got missed. I'm going to definitely email you. Listen, if your question ever gets missed, easiest, quickest way to you to jump on is throw a 99-cent super chat or something. It's a lot of messages. I can't keep up with them all. It's not on purpose. I'm just saying. Okay. Teri, give us one more and then we'll kind of wrap it up.
Cool. And I did do what you told me to do, by the way. I got a new email address. Do you want it or not?
And you got to listen, you know, these people will email you into oblivion about nothing.
Guys, if you want to email me and you're like, what's my email? Definitely join the email list, the iTradeandTravel.com.
Yes, that's the best way.
In there, yes, and then you'll get a response back, and you'll have my email, and you can just respond, and I'll see it and talk to you.
Okay. She won't stay up to 5 a.m. again answering emails. She will not. Sleep is valuable. Okay, so read me one more, Teri.
Okay. Ooh, this was a good one. Okay, shout out to Jeremiah. So he says, what are your students' most difficult hurdle when learning your system? And on average, what is the typical performance? So I am excited to say that 100% of my VIPs that started with me in the winter have reached the $1,000 a day mark. So I'm really excited about that. They are kicking butt and taking names. For my trade and travel students, it's a little harder for me to give you accurate data because everybody's at a different point. It's a self-paced program. But I can tell you for my VIPs, because I see them every week and they send me how they're doing. So really proud of them. And like Annette said, you get lifetime access. So you can jump on calls whenever you need to. And then in terms of most difficult hurdle, I would say just managing your emotions. Trading in general can be really emotional. So you have to learn how to have discipline and really follow. Like I give you a trading plan. This is the 7 steps you do every time. Follow it and you will make money. But some of our emotions get in and we're like, oh my God, something's going to happen. And we don't follow all 7 steps. So I would say that's probably the most difficult hurdle, but both of those things are achievable to overcome.
Okay, you know, we got the naysayers a little bit. They reached the $1,000 a day mark in profits or in daily amount paid in investments?
No, profit. like
Bingo, profits.
go to my IG, go to my IG and pull up the webinar replay. Like I show pictures of my students and what they did, and they send me the chart and the profit amount. Like one student made 2,600 in a day, another one 2,700 in a day, and we like look at their trades. So no, they're making money.
I know people, but this, you know what it is, Teri? It's a new skill. It's a new arena. And the thought that someone's making 1,000 a day for real, like, but thank you for helping us. Thank you for sharing this with us. Thank you for sharing your skill. Listen, you guys can see, no, I'm just messing with you, BBL. But this is not just for you. This is just for the millions of messages we get in a week. I promise you it's not anything personal. Okay. And that's where say you can't be putting too much info out there on social media, but the VIPs are killing it.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Annette's worth out there, you know, just throwing cash in the air, you know.
Yeah.
Trying to be like Annette one day.
I mean, I'll shout her out. If you go to @Annette's_worth on Instagram, she's one of my students and she posts pictures all the time. I also have her beautiful mug, day trader mug with chart bars on it. I love it. So check that out too.
Annette's got like she's gonna have alligator boots next time I see her. So, you know, crocodile boots, all that stuff. Is Teri only on Instagram? Yes. The best place to find Teri is going to be Instagram.
Yeah.
Best place is going to be to find her there. I have a lot of times people come find me on Facebook, and I have a business Facebook page, but they'll message me on my personal. I'll be like, wrong platform. Anyway, all right, you guys. So look, Teri, thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing your time with us. And next time, share some more of your positive VIP screenshot scares. You know, we'll share with the crowd, and we'll do that. You know, we'll keep up with what's going on next week in the stock market world. But everybody, listen, reach out. We put it in here. Binda Bartender shared it like 27 times. Thank you so much. She's sharing Teri's Instagram, where you can mostly find her and leave positive reinforcement comments under her pictures. Okay, yeah. Positive comments only. We don't got no time for crazy. And Annette's Worth just shared her Instagram. You can see some of her. She's got great mugs from day trading and swing trading. Listen, you guys. Teri, tell them, close the audience out. Tell them where they can find you and let them know the name of your 2 courses.
Y'all, so I'm Teri Ijeoma from Trade and Travel course, and I just want you to really transform your life. Like, really, managing your money is not just about the money. It's about what it can do for your life and your family. One of the most cool things that I was able to do lately is my cousin is on maternity leave, and I was able to hire her to help me while she's on maternity leave. And so the money not only helps you, but it helps your family. So that's the kind of transformation that I want. I want you to get more quality time back. I want you to get just your peace of mind and sanity back. I want you not to have to worry about going to your boss for vacation time. Like, those are the priceless things that this trading really actually leads to. So hope to see you in the course. And I just hope you guys have a really great week. Thanks for joining. iTradeTrading.com or invest with, look at the links in the bottom for the course.
Listen, you guys, you know, Teri's got to make sure her chef is going to make dinner and make sure her butler cleans up. Okay. We can't all have butlers and chefs, but you could. No. Nah, you guys, listen, it's not about the money. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's about the freedom and the freedom of options. Like, I'm getting ready to take my nephew, who's 12. He's learning how to run a tire shop business from his one grandparents. Then he's learning how to run lawn care business from my other uncle. Then I'm going to take him to Detroit to see the rental properties. Then I'm going to fly him down here to San Antonio to see the trucks. And it's not even about, oh man, that's going to cost money, Erica. It's not even about the money. It's about the time and seeing a little kid who like knows so much about trucks be able to light up. It's about being able to create opportunity for your family. So many times people complain about, well, no one's giving me an opportunity. Sometimes you have to be the opportunity creator in your family. Like, that is just the mantle. So you guys are hilarious. Everybody's like, thanks a million. Thank you guys both. God bless. Love you ladies. Thank you so much for the information. And somebody said, yes, peace of mind. Annette said private jet live. Oh, you know. Anyway, but
that too.
that too. Thank you so much. Hey, Teri, we'll chat after we get off here. But everybody, this is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. If you don't know who I am, and there's 13,000 new subscribers, so welcome to the channel. You can catch my book, Smartphone Millionaire book, on Amazon.com or in the links below. If you get lucky this summer, okay, and come hang out July 9th in Los Angeles in a private midday mastermind, or July 13th, I'll be in Chicago with Rashana Scott on a bus tour. It's going to be lit, lit, lit. If not, you can check me August 3rd and 4th. We'll be having a boat party / VIP dinner in Austin, Texas, the great state of Texas, where several of our internet friends will be there with us. Thank you guys for coming today. Thank you for supporting. Listen, if you don't do nothing but go check out I'm an Investor at IG, definitely do so. Thank you, Teri, for your time.
Thank you.
Later, everybody.